I've got a body that has its own ideas, and let me tell you, life with it is like an obstacle course, created by a sadistic game developer. You think you're about to have a normal day? Well, think again. Here come the random muscle spasms, the balance issues, and just for kicks, let's make holding the spoon feel like you're trying to defuse a bomb with a blindfold on. It's like the universe decided to throw in a few extra challenges just to keep things interesting. Most people don't give much thought to having a body that doesn't always do what it wants. Lucky for them. But if they did, they'd quickly realize it's like playing life on expert mode, with a controller missing a few buttons. Take walking, for example. You think it's a simple task, right? Not in my world. Every step feels like a mini Olympic event, and every move could end with a dramatic faceplant. Sometimes my legs decide to cooperate, but other times they go full rebel mode, refusing to do basic human things like move in a straight line. And stairs? Oh, don't even get me started. Going up is like trying to summit Mount Everest. Going down? That's when gravity turns into an extreme sport. And I'm just praying I don't become its next victim. Mobility's just a warm-up. Let's dive into the real fun. Everyday tasks most people don't even think about. Brushing your teeth, getting dressed, eating without creating a mess. Simple, right? Try again. Brushing my teeth feels like a wrestling match. Getting dressed? More like a sleeve tug-of-war. And eating? It's basically a battle of me versus my food. The food usually wins. Tying my shoes? Yeah, that's not happening unless you've got the patience of a monk or a backup plan with Velcro on standby. And then there's talking. My brain's got the words, but my mouth? It's off doing its own thing, like a toddler on a sugar rush. Some days it's crystal clear. Other days, it's a fun game of, guess what I meant to say? People think if my speech is a bit wobbly, my IQ is on a similar roller coaster. Thank God, that's not the case. That's the only good thing about this whole situation. When your body's not exactly on the same page as your brain, you quickly learn that your brain is basically on double duty, constantly wondering if you're strong enough to keep going or if you'll ever be normal. Here's an M. Night Shyamalan plot twist. Normal is just a myth. I mean, what is normal anyway? And who's the authority on that? Let me know quickly, because I'm just over here doing me, one quirky step at a time. The world, huh? What's up with that? It's clearly not built for me. Stairs with no ramp? Yeah, that's a hard pass for me. Doorways too tight for a wheelchair? Might as well be trying to squeeze through a toothpick. And places that say they're accessible but aren't? Oh, that's my absolute favorite game of where's the hidden obstacle course? Being like this means I've had to redefine strength because the world feels like it's got an extra 50 pounds on my back. People see me and think, oh, they can't do that. But just because I didn't come with the standard blueprint doesn't mean I can't make things happen. I'm basically a resourceful ninja. A door that doesn't open, I'll figure out how to hold it open with my foot, elbow, and a little bit of magic. Can't reach something? I'll MacGyver my way to it. No waiting for help required. It's not about being stubborn, okay, a little bit, but it's about keeping my dignity intact and proving that, yes, I can still do things. And trust me, I can. But no matter how resourceful I get, or how hard I push, it doesn't change the fact that the world is like, oh, you're different? Yeah, we didn't really plan for that. Public spaces, stores, transportation, even basic home designs. They all seem to be built for people who, well, you know, have perfectly functioning limbs and no need for ramps or wider doorways or an elevator that doesn't make you feel like you're playing hide and seek with a button. It's like the world took one look at me and said, oops, we didn't think you'd show up. So, yeah, it's exhausting having to ask for help every time, or try to find an accessible alternative that doesn't feel like a treasure hunt. It's like everyone else got a golden ticket, and I got, sorry, try again version. And that's really frustrating. I mean, sometimes it feels like the world is playing a game of who can be the least accessible. One day, I might not have to do mental gymnastics every time I try to get into a building. And let's be honest, we really need to talk about the healthcare system. Living like this? Yeah. I'm basically a professional patient at this point, clocking in more hours than most full-time jobs. Doctors always seem to struggle with the whole comforting thing. The ones who are supposed to understand me? Half the time they act like I'm a mystery from outer space. Wow, I've never seen anything like this. Oh, gee, well that's perfect, Doc. I really needed more confusion. Thanks for the confidence boost. It's a system that's harder to navigate than a maze with no exit signs. And let's not even get started on the vibe in the waiting room. I walk in and immediately I feel like I'm just a case number. Not even a cool case number either, like JM130007. No, I'm patient 626, basically the test subject from Lilo and Stitch. I'm not just another number in your appointment book. My health is not some checkbox on your to-do list. It's my life. It should be taken seriously, not like you're speed reading through a to-do list while chugging coffee and pretending you have it all together. And let me tell you, when you finally find a doctor who actually listens instead of giving you the while scrolling through their phone, or a therapist who doesn't treat you like a walking puzzle they can't solve, it feels like finding a unicorn in a haystack. It's like, yes, finally! Those are the moments when I'm reminded that even though the system might be more messed up than a Rubik's Cube thrown in a blender, there are still good people out there who actually care and are willing to make things better. So, yeah, living with a body that doesn't always play by the rules is not a walk in the park. I'm just over here trying to breathe without face planting. So when life slaps me with yet another obstacle, I roll with it, get up, and keep going. It might be a bit of a slow shuffle instead of a sprint, but you bet your boots it's a journey worth taking. One foot in front of the other, baby. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You got a sneak peek into what it's like to live with a body that has its own set of rules. It's not easy. It's definitely not fair.